Thanks to the God for this life, a journey of gratitude and blessings. My friend, life is a precious gift, and every breath we take is a testimony of God's unending love and mercy. How often do we pause to reflect on the beauty around us, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of loved ones, the peace of a quiet moment? These are not coincidences. They are blessings from above, signs of a Creator who loves us deeply and provides abundantly. Even in the trials and hardships, there is a reason to give thanks, for each challenge refines us, strengthens us, and prepares us for the greater purpose that God has for our lives. The very fact that we are alive today is proof that God isn't finished with us yet. His plans are still unfolding, and His promises remain true. Type AMEN. If you're thankful for this gift of life, gratitude is the key that unlocks the fullness of life. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, our hearts become filled with joy and peace. Think about the miracles we often take for granted. The food on our tables, the roofs over our heads, the people who love us, and the opportunities to grow and learn. Each of these is a blessing straight from the hand of God. But let's not stop there. Even the difficulties we face are blessings in disguise, for they draw us closer to Him, teaching us reliance, trust, and faith. God works in all things for the good of those who love Him, and He is always faithful to His promises. Let your heart overflow with gratitude for this amazing journey called life. Type "receive it" if you choose gratitude today. As we give thanks to God, something incredible begins to happen. Gratitude shifts our perspective, transforming complaints into praise and worries into worship. It's in the act of thanksgiving that we realize just how much we are loved. God doesn't have to bless us, but He does, daily, abundantly, and without fail. His mercies are new every morning, and His grace sustains us even when we feel weak. Think about the times when you thought you couldn't go on, but somehow, God made a way. He is the reason we rise each morning, the source of our hope and strength. For every mountain He's moved and every valley He's carried us through, we say, "Thank you, Lord." Type "claim it" if you're grateful for God's faithfulness. Life may not always be easy, but it is always worth living. The challenges we face are part of God's plan to mold us into His image. They teach us patience, perseverance, and humility. When we trust Him through the trials, we begin to see His fingerprints all over our lives. We realize that every closed door, every delay, and every detour was leading us to something greater. God's plans are far better than anything we could imagine, and His timing is always perfect. So, even in the waiting and the uncertainty, give thanks. God is working all things together for your good, and your story is far from over. Let your heart be filled with gratitude, knowing that you are held in the loving hands of the Creator. Type 555 if you trust in God's perfect plan for your life. Every moment of our lives is a blessing, a chance to experience God's goodness and to share His love with others. The relationships we cherish, the opportunities we embrace, and the dreams we pursue are all gifts from Him. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. There were moments when you didn't know how you'd make it, but God provided. There were days when the weight of the world felt unbearable, but God gave you strength. There were times when you were lost, but God found you. He is the source of every good and perfect gift, and His love for you is immeasurable. How can we not give thanks to a God so kind, so merciful, and so faithful? Type 777 if you're thankful for God's unending love. In the quiet moments when the world seems still, we are reminded of God's presence. His peace fills our hearts, and His joy renews our spirits. Even when life feels overwhelming, God is there, offering us His strength and guidance. He walks with us through every trial, celebrates with us in every victory, and comforts us in every sorrow. His love is steadfast, and His grace is sufficient. When we stop to give thanks, we align our hearts with His, opening ourselves to even greater blessings. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it's an act of faith, a declaration that we trust God's plan and believe in His goodness. Type 888 if you're ready to live a life of gratitude and faith. Let us not forget to thank God for the people He has placed in our lives. Each person we meet is part of His divine plan, whether they teach us lessons, share in our joy, or walk with us through the storms. God uses others to bless us, to encourage us, and to remind us of His love. Be grateful for the family and friends who stand by your side, for the mentors who guide you, and even for the strangers who show you kindness. Thanks for watching.